So, good morning to Ananda. I am going to tell about the basic concept of object-oriented programming. So, at the end of this lecture, we are able to know what is object-oriented programming and basic principles of object-oriented programming and how it differs from procedural languages, what are the problems in procedural languages and how it can be overcome in object-oriented programming and some applications of object-oriented programming. So what is programming languages? So what is a program first? It is nothing but list of instruction. So obviously increases the complexity when the number of instruction is getting increased. So it is always a good programming practice to make the program size lesser. So that can be achieved by dividing a program into different functions or modules. So when we are doing this, we are having many problems, such as functions have unrestricted access to global data by poor mapping to the real world entities and also extensibility. So that these drawbacks can be overcome in object oriented programming. So object oriented programming is first of all a programming paradigm. It deals with the concepts of object to build program and software application. So that can be modeled around the real world. The world we live in is full of objects. So every object have a well-defined identity, attributes and behavior. So object exhibits the same behavior in programming. Some basic principles and most important principles of object-oriented programming are classes, objects, abstraction, encapsulation, inheritance and polymorphism. So what is a class? It is a blueprint of an object, a plan or a template. So it is a description of a number of similar objects, is also called a class. A class is also defined a new data type, that is a user defined data type. Defining a class does not create an object, it has to be created separately. So classes are logical in nature. For example, furniture do not have an existence, but table and fan do exist. So object is defined as an instance of class. For example, table and chair all are instance of the class furniture. So it can be defined by its own state, attribute and behavior, which is similar to functions in procedural languages. So abstraction is another important concept of object oriented programming, which hides the implementation details and concentrate only on the essential characteristics. So for example, car, I can focus on calculating the speed of a car and mileage of a car rather than counting about the number of nuts and bolts used in every spare part of a car. So inheritance, adopting the characters of one class into another class. So two types of classes, one is base class, another one is subclass. A parent-child relationship among classes is inheritance. A subclass inherits all the properties of base class. In addition to it, we can add our own features. So this is a simple example. So vehicle is a base class and road vehicle, air vehicle and water vehicle can be the categories, primary categorization. Again, from the road vehicle we can inherit two more classes, that is bus and motorbike. Air vehicle we can inherit another class called aeroplane, and water vehicle we can inherit a class called boat. So what is encapsulation? It's nothing but binding of data and procedure. So it can provide a secured mechanism by restricting anyone to directly alter the data, which is also known as data hiding. So hiding the data inside the class can be accessed only by the relevant user that can be accessible by another class. So polymorphism means many forms. So making one function to act with a different behavior. So overloading is the concept that can support polymorphism. Basic two types of polymorphism are compile time and runtime. So simple example, simple real-time scenario that exhibits polymorphism, that is a security guard who is given training to talk in different manners, in different behaviors to his subordinate, to normal guest and to some VIPs, how to how to make one security guard to behave differently with different people at different behavior. So this is about polymorphism, and these are all about the basic concept of OODs. Thank you.